Hai, welcome to the Sulistyo Podcast. Kali ini kita akan bahas mengenai race di Mugello kemarin yang tentunya seperti kita melihat kembali masa-masa kejayaan MotoGP di zaman Mugello dulu waktu masih ada Valentino gak sih? Penontonnya, terus setelah selesainya, kayak seru banget. Kita ngomongin itu ya. Dan seperti biasa saya gak sendirian, saya didampingi oleh Imre. Halo Imre, apa kabar?
Kabar baik. Kamu apa kabar?
Ya, kabar saya baik juga di sini. Okay, so we want to talk about Mugello. It seemed this year Mugello was like at the time when Valentino Rossi won the races and attracted a large amount of fans. What do you think about this?
Yes, it was the absolute recognition of the former Mugello. Back then, everybody just came for the one person, Valentino Rossi. Now something has changed completely because it seems that the young generation has revived the legend of the past, because now it's more than 50 years ago that an Italian rider on an Italian bike ruled the Premier class and went from victory to victory. Back then it was Giacomo Agostini, and now we have the same situation with Pecco Bagnaia. He must have had enormous pressure, but he could deliver. Qualified fastest, he won the sprint, and after that he also won the race, and with this he ignited a celebration that has for long not been there. Plus, the organizers did a lot to improve the whole organization, to make MotoGP a little more up-to-date for the young generation. So they have planned in advance to celebrate the podium with a DJ and 30 minutes of music. And as Pecco Bagnaia, the local hero, won it, he started the whole celebration. So it was like something that we have never seen before. The crowd was celebrating Pecco Bagnaia, the crowd was celebrating Ducati, and this kept on for 30 minutes with dancing on the main straight. It was a view that we have never seen before.
Nah, jadi bener kan, memang suasana kemarin di Mugello itu benar-benar kayak kita tuh ngedapetin lagi suasana Mugello masa-masa kejayaannya Valentino Rossi. Jadi benar-benar adanya selebrasi yang dilakukan oleh pemenang, yang seperti dilakukan oleh Pecco, terus juga adanya penonton yang pada ngumpul semuanya di main straight. So itu tuh bener-bener suasananya dapat banget lah gitu loh. Dan ini tentunya bukan kemenangan Pecco aja nih, ini juga kemenangan Ducati juga, kemenangannya buat Italia juga lah. Kemarin tuh bener-bener made in Italy lah kita bisa bilang. Yeah, okay, it's look like the atmosphere is back. So do you think the Tissot sprint got less dangerous as the rider are more used to it and are less nervous?
It is less nervous. It is simply the risk they are taking. And if you take risk on a high-speed track like Mugello, bad things can happen. I mean, we had some touchings in the first laps, where fortunately nothing happened. I mean, the worst was actually when Alex Marquez lost his braking power in the slipstream, and like a miracle, his brother Mark and Jack Miller, they went to two different sides, and he suddenly had the gap where he could ride through, and somehow he also managed to get the turn. That was quite scary, and he himself confessed that he was really scared at that moment. Yeah, after that, when it started raining slightly, we had the situation that Marc Marquez and Jack Miller, who are really experts finding the grip in changing conditions, they both saw their chance and started pushing. Then they collided, and this was what put Marc Marquez out of the top group. And unfortunately, one lap later, Alex Rins, who also saw a chance, went too fast into the real fast Arrabbiata 2. It was too slippery there. He crashed, and he broke his lower right leg so he will be out of contention for at least like 6 weeks. The good luck for him is that we have the summer break, so he might be fit for Silverstone when MotoGP returns after the summer break. There is still quite a high risk. Fortunately, we had not too many crashes. We had one, but that one was really bad.
Oke, jadi dapat disimpulkan kalau di Tissot sprint itu resiko-resikonya tuh masih banyak gitu loh. Walaupun sekarang sudah tidak seperti, bersyukur lah ya, di Mugello tuh dengan track yang sangat cepat, lintasan cepat, tidak ada kecelakaan yang fatal banget. Hanya ada satu ya Alex Rins sih sebetulnya yang sampai kakinya patah. Dan juga sebenarnya yang paling ngeri itu kemarin adalah Alex Marquez ketika dia tuh lagi ambil slipstream di motor depan, tahu-tahu dia tuh kehilangan cengkraman di remnya gitu. Dan untungnya itu kayak keajaiban lah istilahnya, itu Marc Marquez sama Jack Miller tuh bisa mengambil arah yang berbeda, jadi nggak di depannya Alex Marquez, sehingga Alex Marquez memiliki jarak untuk bisa menyalurkan si motornya itu, jadi nggak nabrak seperti kejadian waktu di Portimao. Dan kalau sampai ini terjadi, itu tuh akan lebih fatal dari yang di Portimao yang kemarin terjadi antara Marc Marquez dan Oliveira itu gitu loh. Dan Alex Marquez sendiri mengakui bahwa itu mengerikan banget gitu. Dan sebenarnya juga ada resiko pas kita lihat ketika hujan mulai turun. Jack Miller kan kita tahu dong dia emang expert banget nih di cuaca hujan gitu. Begitu juga dengan Marc Marquez, keduanya kan ngerasa kayak ini keahlian kita nih gitu. Nah, tapi sayangnya Jack Miller sempat nyentuh Marc Marquez dan akhirnya Marc Marquez harus keluar dari posisi depan dan hanya finish di urutan ke-7. Dan seperti yang dibilang tadi, yang fatal adalah Alex Rins. Ketika dia tuh jatuh di tikungan cepat. Itu tuh atau dikenal itu dengan second Arrabbiata. Second Arrabbiata tuh adalah Arrabbiata tuh spicy. Jadi memang bener tikungan yang cepat banget. Makanya sampai dia tuh ngalamin patah di tulang betis sama di tulang keringnya gitu. Dan kalau memang semuanya baik-baik aja, operasinya lancar, mungkin beliau bisa balik nih di Silverstone. Oke, sekarang kita lanjutin tanya mengenai balapan itu sendiri ya.
Yeah, so it's still some race there. How about the race itself?
Yeah, the race finally ended like most have expected. Pecco Bagnaia delivered. Actually, he made quite a smart race. First of all, he chose the medium rear tire. This was the harder option. Several others used the soft one, but Pecco also did not want to hang behind the guys who have the soft tire at the beginning. He attacked straight and then always pushed as much as he needed to keep Jorge Martin behind him. He said that I actually pushed the tire more than I should have, but I knew that this way also Jorge behind me has to push more, and the soft tire will drop earlier than my medium tire. So this is how he finally won the race. I mean, the race was incredibly fast. They set a new race record, top speed record. Was battered by Brad Binder. Now it's 366.1 kilometers an hour. So yes, there is quite a fast development in MotoGP at the moment.
Jadi race kemarin di Mugello itu kalau kita bisa bilang adalah pengukuhan lah Pecco Bagnaia jadi juara dunia gitu loh, dimana dia tuh benar-benar menggunakan strategi yang cerdas banget, yang cemerlang banget. Jadi dia pakai medium rear tire, sementara beberapa pakai soft tire kan. Dan seperti yang kita tahu kan, soft tire itu biasanya akan habis di belakang dan cepat di depan gitu panasnya. Tapi Pecco Bagnaia nggak gentar nih dengan medium rear tire-nya. Dia gas dari awal sehingga dia tuh bisa berada membuat gap lah dengan Martin. Karena dia tahu kan, oh Jorge Martin ini pakai soft rear tire nih, nanti di belakang-belakang dia pasti akan struggling. Nah kalau aku udah punya gap, itu akan lebih aman buat aku bisa menang gitu lah. Jadi memang strategi yang digunakan Pecco keren.
So how about the crash of Marc Marquez? Do you think it's pity that he crashed like that because he looks so angry at that moment?
He is actually angry because he has seen that on this weekend, Joan Mir broke his right little finger. Alex Rins broke his leg. He crashed. Fortunately, he was unharmed. But he said that Honda riders have many more crashes than any other brand. They are 2 ex-world champions and a rider who is Grand Prix winner. They are 3 riders who want to win. So they take more risk. They have a much bigger chance to get injured if they do not have the equipment that they can fight for victory. He always pointed out in the winter that he needs to get his fitness back. He needs to get his body in the best possible shape. He did it. He feels that he is fully competitive against anybody on the track. Now Honda has to do its part. And you can see from the outside he is not happy with the development that's going on. He actually never really criticized Honda publicly, but now he had several hints. He explained that the Honda riders have the most crashes. He explained that he was looking for some improvements after Le Mans that they promised to bring and they didn't. So it seems that he is starting to lose his patience. And yes, he was angry. He said that, okay, the crash was in a way my fault, but we always have to push the limits. So this is not the way how we can make a winning machine, how we can make a winning team. And it seems that he is realizing that his time is running away. This is what Mark is probably scared about. He knows exactly that his body was abused and injured so many times that any major injury could finish his career. And I believe the next bigger crash will also end his career, and this will not be good for Honda, because we have seen nobody else but Marc Marquez could win with that machine, except Alex Rins once in Austin when Honda will lose Marc Marquez. I believe that also the engineers do not see any light at the end of the tunnel. If Honda does not see any chance to improve and they would withdraw from MotoGP, it is almost likely that Yamaha would follow, and this would be the end of MotoGP. Sure, it could continue with the teams having Ducati, Aprilia and KTM machinery, but it would take away the world appeal of this championship.
Jadi soal jatuhnya Marc Marquez kemarin itu memang akhirnya kita bisa melihat bahwa kesabaran Marc Marquez tuh kayaknya udah semakin tipis gitu ya. Tapi belum setipis tisu sih. Jadi si Marc Marquez tuh biasanya gak pernah ngomong hal-hal yang sensitif soal Honda gitu loh. Dia tuh sangat mencintai Honda lah. Tapi kemarin itu dia udah nunjukin kayak kode-kode gitu loh, bahwa kata dia, ya memang itu adalah tugas aku untuk memulihkan staminaku atau fisikku setelah cedera kemarin. Udah bekerja keras nih untuk itu dan aku berhasil. Tapi sekarang giliran Hondanya dong yang harusnya bisa memberikan juga apa yang aku inginkan, yaitu motor yang bisa menjadi senjatanya untuk meraih kemenangan. Selain itu dia juga marah karena hari Jumat Joan Mir yang harus jatuh dan cedera. Hari Sabtu Alex Rins yang harus cedera di sprint race. Dan hari Minggu Marc Marquez yang harus jatuh, untungnya gak cedera. Jadi memang kayaknya kalau pembalap mau pakai Honda dan mau menang, ya memang tuh harus kayak push to the limit. Dan tentunya akan membuat resiko untuk jatuh semakin besar. Yang harus digarisbawahi nih, kalau sampai terjadi cedera lagi sama Marc Marquez, kayaknya itu bakal fatal banget dan mungkin beliau akan memutuskan untuk pensiun. Ya tentunya mudah-mudahan enggak ya, tapi ini kan kalau. Nah kebayang gak sih Honda tanpa Marc Marquez? Itu kayaknya sulit banget deh untuk dibayangin. Juga kalau kita mau ngebayangin misalnya Marc Marquez pindah ke tim lain, gak kebayang. Dan Honda gak memiliki Marc Marquez, bisa aja loh kalau Honda akhirnya memutuskan untuk gak join lagi sama MotoGP seperti yang telah dilakukan oleh Suzuki. Bisa aja kan, dan kalau itu terjadi, bayangin gak sih Yamaha juga akan mikir, oh ya udah deh aku juga keluar deh dari MotoGP. Terus gimana coba? Bisa aja sih memang misalnya Ducatinya 8, Aprilia 8, KTM 8, tetap jalan aja tuh MotoGP. Tapi esensial dari worldnya, dunianya, motor-motor dari benua Eropa dan benua Asia, itu jadi gak dapet gitu loh kayaknya feel-nya. kurang gregetnya. Tapi ya mudah-mudahan gak kejadian, ya gak sih? Sekarang kita coba tanyain soal top speed yang dibikin sama Brad Binder 366,1 km per jam. Quite complicated, huh? How can you explain about the top speed and the potential of KTM?
First of all, KTM did constant development, and they also invested in their structure, in their manpower, and all this first had really to merge to one real team that can work together. This took them some time. They also invested in a cooperation with Red Bull Engineering. This is the company that builds the Formula One cars and has huge knowledge about aerodynamics, because aerodynamics are a key factor in Formula One, much longer than it is in MotoGP, so there is a lot of expertise there. They have built new fairings, new aerodynamic devices, and they said they gained a lot of downforce and even improved the air resistance of the bike. So this helps a lot with the top speed. Their engine was always very strong. As some riders of other manufacturers found out, the KTM has amazing traction out of the corners, and this all adds together. And one thing that should not be underestimated was that Jack Miller came from Ducati. He was coming from the best bike on the grid, so he knew how the bike should feel. He also knew some phenomena, how they were solved. So he gave a lot of input to the KTM engineers. They have modified the bike. For instance, Jack knew that to get the bike turning the way he wants, to get it stable the way he wants, to get the traction he wants, the bike has to be longer. So they stretched it to the limit of the possibilities, and suddenly the bike started working and everybody else could also ride it. So these two factors, all the investment into infrastructure, manpower, plus Jack Miller's experience, helped the KTM a big step forward.
Phew, keren banget gak sih? Jadi kayaknya KTM sudah menemukan kombinasi yang tepat dari investment yang dia lakukan, yaitu dari mulai segi teknologi, segi manpowernya, bener-bener kayak udah bersinergi baik gitu loh. Juga saran Jack Miller yang luar biasa, karena beliau pernah ada di Ducati, sehingga bisa memberikan masukan kepada KTM. Oh dulu saya mengalami masalah begini nih, terus akhirnya motornya dipanjangin sedikit, dan KTM melakukan itu, akhirnya klik. Bahkan pembalap-pembalap seperti Augusto Fernandez yang notabene rookie bisa mengendarai KTM dengan baik. Semoga KTM bisa mengimbangi kecepatan Ducati dan akhirnya bisa ada battle-battle seru lagi. Okay, so now we can say that KTM is the next contender to Ducati, or it's still Aprilia?
It is quite difficult to say. The Aprilia has a lot of strong points, and it seems to be the bike that gives kind of the best package right behind Ducati. But KTM has improved so much, and it also worked on a lot of circuits this year. Even Augusto Fernandez, who is an absolute rookie, could make amazing results with it. And the captain at Gas, Paul Espargaro, who actually has the longest history and experience with that bike, is out of contention. He will come back soon. It seems that KTM has found a package that works everywhere, and it could be the bike that will challenge Ducati most. The thing with Aprilia is both Aprilia and Ducati test a lot at Mugello. So this weekend they had more data to this track than KTM has. We should look at the next two tracks at Sachsenring and Assen, although they have completely different requirements. Sachsenring is a slow, quite narrow circuit with a lot of left corners. Assen is a fast flowing circuit with a lot of right-hand corners. We will see which of the two bikes work better there.
How about Yamaha and also the statement of Franco Morbidelli? He said, "Who said I won 1 more year with them? Is there some clue there?"
Do you not think that results like that can help?
To do what?
To help secure another year with Yamaha?
Do I want to secure another year with Yamaha?
Well, do you?
Talk with Lin.
For sure is an option for Yamaha to take some young rider from Moto2. There are rumors they want to have Alonso Lopez, who had some good showings. I don't know what the plan of Tony Arbolino is, so there would be a chance to take him from Moto2. Fabio Quartararo has a contract until the end of 2024, so he will for sure be with Yamaha. We will see what the future brings. The thing is, Fabio Quartararo and also Franco Morbidelli, when they saw how the bikes of Ducati, Aprilia and KTM passed them on the straight, they wanted to have more horsepower, but now they realized this is not all what helps with more. They have more horsepower, but they don't get it down into traction, and so the Yamaha has actually lost its strong points and didn't gain any others. So they have to rethink the whole concept again, and this will be a process that could take pretty long.
Soal Yamaha kayaknya memang agak berat sih ya. Sampai Franco Morbidelli aja tuh udah bilang, siapa yang bilang aku masih mau 1 tahun lagi di sana. Udah kayak kasih kode-kode kalau dia sebenarnya nggak mau ada di situ gitu loh. Tapi ya wajar sih ya. Secara kalau pas kita lihat kemarin di lurusan, Quartararo tuh udah sampai kayak ngegas banget. Tapi tiba-tiba datang dong Marco Bezzecchi dan lewatin aja gitu. Tapi bukan artinya si Yamaha berdiam diri. Mereka juga udah berusaha. Tapi kan ternyata ketika powernya ditambah, hal-hal lain tidak mendukung gitu. Akhirnya jadi nambah sedikit di sini, tapi loss banyak di percepatan di corner gitu. Semoga aja Yamaha tetap dapat solusinya. Sekarang kita ngomongin prediksi di Sachsenring soal Marc Marquez. Okay, so what is your prediction for Sachsenring? Do you think Marc Marquez could still win the Tissot sprint or the race? As we knew that he's so strong there.
So when you look that Marc Marquez has won the last, so he was at the Sachsenring 11 times. And he won all 11 times. So this is the racetrack that suits him best. So for sure he will be motivated and he could bring magic. He also won with the Honda in years where the bike has struggled. He could compensate it. It's a question if this is still enough to beat the Ducatis that seem to work everywhere. I still see a chance. It is very possible that we see Marc Marquez magic from the first practice on, like we had seen in the previous years.
Ternyata prediksinya masih mungkin akan ada magic yang bisa diberikan oleh Marc Marquez. Walaupun nggak tahu juga tuh magicnya itu cukup nggak untuk bisa ngelawan Ducati yang sepertinya kuat di mana aja. Kayak bakal seru sih. Kalau menurut kalian lebih jagoan siapa nih di Sachsenring ini? Tetap Ducati yang tahun kemarin ada di podium 2 dan 3 atau Marc Marquez? Oke, kayaknya segitu dulu podcast seri Mugello kita kali ini. Dan semoga kita bisa ketemu lagi. Oke, thank you Imre for your time. And I hope we can see you again in the couple of days in Sachsenring. Thank you.